Good moment.
Welcome to our daily contemplation. I'm Juna.
Sabine.
We're from Synergy in Motion, and we're here today to invite you into your life, living from more magic and less of the mundane. The status quo doesn't always work. This reality is kind of interesting, and so we're about living a whole different way, and it's really living true to you and getting tuned in to who you really are. And we're inspired by the I-Ching. We're kind of studying the I-Ching as it progresses through the year, and we're looking at today as the first day of the 53rd hexagram. You could call it the 53rd gene key, the 53rd gate in human design. So we're looking at all of these things. We're reading all of these different documents and books and really contemplating this before we speak with you on it, and looking at how it affects our lives so we can pick out some morsels that can inform you in your life. And so by no means is this a comprehensive study of the I-Ching. It is merely an inspiration. So we hope that what we have to say inspires you to live more true to you and your magic. Mm-hmm. So we are looking at that 53rd hexagram, and it's all about development and the gate of beginnings. It's new beginnings. So yeah, how many of you love a new beginning, a fresh start, and have that energy? It's like, oh, I want to try this new. I want to start this new. I want to begin this new. And it's like, whoa, horsey, hold down, because this starting new, with everything starting new, it's like putting a seed out there. And it's like how you begin is what we're going to be talking about today and maybe for the next few days. It's like, how do you begin this fresh start, this new beginning? And it's what you seed into it is so important.
Mm-hmm. And there are two ways of beginning something new, two main ways. And one is out of fear of lack, fear of not getting it right, fear of failure often, fear of
not pleasing people. So you start something because you want to please that person because they asked you something, so you just say yes.
or fear of dealing with what is behind you or is present. Mm-hmm. That I'd rather do something new than actually look at the little monsters that are facing me right now. Mm-hmm. So there are many, many little fears that can make us start something new. And the thing is, when you start with the fear already in the seed, that fear will germinate and grow even in the new project. Right? A new project, it doesn't mean that it's a fresh start altogether if you're coming from that fear.
You're kind of dragging some past stuff with you, right? It's like all that stuff that you didn't want to look at, you're kind of putting that into your new endeavor, your new job, your new relationship. You're kind of taking that with you. Mm-hmm. So boo.
Well, it's just another opportunity to look at your fears in a different color, I would say. So, and the other dynamic is to really be true to yourself and listen to yourself and feel yourself and start with the magic. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that does not listen to the fear. Fear probably is to some extent always present for us all in some form or shape. But we don't have to listen to it. And when you don't obey by fear, you can tap into the magic of you, the magic of the moment, the magic of new beginnings, mm-hmm. which is so amazing, that spark that allows you to lift out of the mud that doesn't work anymore and grow something new, truly new, out of that compost from the past.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, just tuning into you and what do you know, and what is it in you that has that desire and that energy to start something new, right? And a question you can always ask yourself, do I have the energy for this? If someone asks you to do something, or you have this, yes, I want to do it, maybe you need to take a little time to sleep on it, or maybe it's right to just go right into it, because it's that energy that you be in. Like when we first met 15 years ago, we had this amazing energy and this magical spark that everything that we did, and it's how we started our business. And it was this positive, amazing energy. And what this hexagram is also about is the maturity, is the development of this. So it's like, you call it the honeymoon phase, right? And then it goes through a dark time, and then it goes up, and then we can look at it, and it's, so we also want to talk about the maturity from the immaturity, because it's like, it's brand new. There's a spark, there's a immatureness. We kind of don't know what we're getting into. And then all of a sudden we meet a roadblock or something like that. And then we look at that, and there's this maturing and ripening over time. And we've been able, here we are today, 15 years later, we live together, work together, run a business together, and it's still thriving, and thriving even more.
And fun.
And yeah, so it's got that magic quality to it to this day. That we seeded it at the beginning. Mm-hmm. It's gone through a lot, but it's this quality.
Mm-hmm. And I want to come back to that beginning, the magic of the beginning, how when you allow yourself that vulnerability to be true to you in the very beginning, and it doesn't matter whether that is a project or a relationship or
a new job,
yeah, whatever it is, allow yourself to be real with yourself, that honesty, that vulnerability with yourself. And you don't have to tell everybody or anybody, actually. It is just for you, checking in, okay, do I actually have the energy? And how you can find that is, one way is ask yourself, is my heart laughing? Does this spark joy? Another way is to look in the mirror and see if you're actually smiling. Oh, it's like, oh God, another, yeah, okay. I'm excited. No, check it out. When you look in your eyes in the mirror, you can see whether that has energy or not. And sometimes it switches back and forth. One day it has, the other day it doesn't. So within that play, find you. And then trust that and follow that. Don't jump into new beginnings because it's a good idea or you're trying to avoid something. Yeah. Because what you're doing in that moment, you're seeding it. You're seeding whatever you're resonating with in that moment. So really allow yourself to be that magical you, so that that seed germinates with that energy instead of the or worry about something. Like, I mean, how many people start businesses out of worry that they will run out of money, or they stay, how many times have you stayed in a job way too long because you didn't know what else was possible, or a relationship? Right? It's that overstaying and not really following that impulse out of the magic of living. Yeah. And life constantly gives birth to itself. It always develops, it always evolves. That just is what life does. And you can be part of that flow and play in it, or you can run after it all the time and trying to match it.
Trying to control it, trying to subdue it, trying to change it. But there's a surrender to it. And when you're saying yes to the new beginning, just know that your yes, and when it comes from that living true to you and being true to you and making your heart laugh, that energy there is going to sustain you through the development. It will sustain you when you go into a lull, and when you meet your first roadblock, it will be like, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to meet this energy, right? And this is what can carry you. But if you do it out of fear, like fear and greed, that's another one. Like fear and greed, so many businesses and endeavors are started out of the fear of not having enough and the greed for more. And it's not sustainable.
Which is a fear too.
Yeah.
Greed is the fear of maybe I will run out at one day, right? So, but that's a whole other story.
I know. As the first day of the first hexagram, there's so much to say. There's so much information coming through. We never know exactly what we're going to say to you. It's always a mystery what it's going to come out, and that's a new beginning. Like every time we do this 6-part series, like, whew, it's a new beginning. There's a rush of energy. So let's just take a moment and welcome this fresh start, this new energy, this breath of newness into your body. Every time you breathe in, there's a new seed of possibility of new life. And then the maturation of the fullness of that breath, and then the exhalation of the letting go of the breath. And then that breathing in again. Another new moment, another new possibility. And that delicious pause and that exhale. Letting go. Letting go of everything you think it means for a new start, a new beginning. Breathing in the new possibilities and the magic of you, trusting your knowing, trusting the timing, trusting, I have this. This is the energy I'm going for, that I have the energy for this. Let the breath of life give you the energy for whatever it is that you're starting new. Perhaps you're in the middle of something. Let that new breath of life revive the middle of something. And breathe out and let it all go. Let all the attachments go to how it should show up, what it needs to look like. And the breath is such a great metaphor, and it's real in our bodies. We can really feel into this whole sense of a new beginning and the maturation process that we go through as this breath enlivens every cell, gives life to itself, and then lets go. Mm-hmm.
And it's working.
Yes.
15 years, and it's amazing. So take that moment, take that time to listen to yourself. Mm-hmm. It's well worth it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so thanks for joining us on day one of the exploration of the 53rd hexagram and all of the magic that it contains of the new beginnings and the maturation of it as it cycles through our lives. And we will see you tomorrow at Synergy in Motion. And remember, with all of this, you are creating a whole new world today. Enjoy, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.